Um, Video games. So, Alone in the Forest is a game that I released like a week ago at this point. I have kept procrastinating making a video about it. So, this is like kind of unscripted, just sort of, God. This is sort of unscripted, as you can fucking tell. And so it's not going to be super. I'll probably fix the structuring of everything and the editing. But yeah, it's just going to be my experiences making Alone in the Forest, which, fuck, you can. I didn't mention that you can download it. It's like the one fucking thing. You can download that game in the description. I need to look at you. You can download the game in the description. I also recommend, if you do want to play the game, that you play it before watching this, because this will be going over all the mechanics. Part of the game is figuring out how the mechanics work, because it's a survival horror game. I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Well, actually, I'm not gonna shut the fuck up, but I'm just gonna start explaining what I'm good at. Alright. This is the Godot project. I don't know why we're starting from here. Why do I have the whole game selected? This is where all of the magic happens. So, just in case you want to know what your player character looks like that. And the player scene, we just have camera, and then the camera's a sky, and then there's nothing there, so it looks like that. This is like the 2D UI. The way I program UI in Godot is stupid. I don't know how to use the control nodes yet. Just something I gotta learn. So I just use fucking 2D nodes. Right, you know what? Let's go into the player's code. This is probably the most convoluted part of the code. The player code in my projects is always the most convoluted. So we have the heap of variables, right? Which is what you need with, like, wine screen? I didn't realize that. There's a typo in the variable name, and it says wine screen. This part of the code is going to handle input, so whenever the player presses the turn around key, it starts the turning process. Because the turning process is interesting. Looking back, I could probably have used an animation player, but I didn't even know how to use that when I made this game. So, how turning is, well, for one, turning depends if you're looking back or not. So let's say we're looking back. So turn directions are going to be -1, so that's going this way. We check if we're turning, then we rotate it by the turn direction times the turn speed times delta, right? So it's smooth. And then when the rotation, wait, what does this part do? I forget. Oh yes, I remember this. So we rotate it, and then we check if the rotation is 0. Then we stop turning, we set the rotation to 0, except if the turn direction is behind you. Then we set it to pi, because setting it to 0 would make it go back in front of you. So you turn, then instantly go back. Oh yeah, I didn't mention all the scripts. I feel like even if you remove the UIDs, this is a lot of scripts. Even for like small games, it takes so many scripts to do it, especially if you want to make it actually good and clean code. Now, one interesting fact is this is the code for the bird. But why is it called Hung Man Manager? Well, this bird sprite and this vampire sprite are both made by my friend Jordan. She's a really talented artist. Did a really good fucking job on this. But that wasn't the original plan for them, nor was it the dragon. Because at first the concept had nothing to do with fantasy creatures. The only thing that was brought over from the original concept of like the story and stuff was that it would be in like a kid's mind. The concept of Alone in the Forest was inspired by I'm forgetting what the game is called, but it's called like Rome 32. It's this really creepy to me at least, point and click game. It was just like all like the monsters in it were like kind of like abstract things. So that's what I started with. Like, I have this man around, like he's supposed to be like going like grasping around a tree, but because I wanted, oh yeah, there's 2 dragons here by the way, because I wanted it to follow you, I was like, well, how am I gonna code it to be in the tree? And also all of the trees are like blocked by the ground. You're not gonna be able to see them. Oh yeah, there was also this wolf that I tried to replace the dragon with, or that I tried to replace this guy with. You know, it might not have been that terrible of an idea, but at the time I thought it just looked cute or funny. And for the crow, originally it was just supposed to be this man that was hanging off of nothing, which to me the idea of that is like creepy. In practice, it is not. Practice, it's just a guy. It's just a guy. Oh, and also this nun sprite that was supposed to be the vampire. Again, the idea of it was nun, but with like a really weird smiling face. And then I didn't. This one, it could have been creepy, but I just didn't do it well. If you've played the game before, you might notice the segments of the path just repeat. It's just the same thing a bunch of times. What's kind of funny is that, like, looking at the editor, oh, ignore that. Looking in the editor, the ground, it looks like so fake. It looks like, why is it so flat? And in the game, it looks, with all the lighting and stuff, it looks, with all the lighting, with the one fucking light, it looks like way better. All right, now about the main thing, the monsters. One funny thing about the bird is that it, like, in the editor it's this close to you, but it's not that close to you. This is don't put this in future me. Don't just cut it all. So basically every enemy in the game is attached to the player, right? Or if you're using like actual terms, it's a child of the player. So wherever the player moves, they won't also, they actually won't move wherever the player moves. Well, you will, right? That's not what I meant to do. Okay. They're all, okay. God, this is a horrible video. So in Godot, which is the game engine I used to make this, because Godot is awesome, this little thing means that it won't follow whatever it's attached to. But in all the code, it makes them do it. Like, no, where what? Oh yeah, right here. Yeah. I forgot why I made this one top level, if I'm to be honest. Oh, I remember. Okay. I remember, because here's, let me show. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be worth it. If everything were not top level, whenever you turn, everything would turn. And for a while, when it was like that, I didn't think that there was something wrong, till I was like, wait a minute. The nun. Why is the nun behind me? Fun fact about this game, it also has sound effects. And I made most of the sound effects. So here's the footsteps of the bird. That's me outside my home stepping. I was stepping on like tippy toes because birds have like claws. So it sounds like a bit distinct. But whenever the bird shows up behind you, it won't always play this sound effect, is one of the things. So you still have to keep like looking. These, what are they for? What are they for? Are they... What are you? These are footsteps for the player. I'm so familiar with that noise because of all the playtesting I've done, because it starts from the beginning every time you start walking. These are footsteps that actually just play like to the sides of your ears just randomly, and they mean nothing. They're just there to freak out new players or to make you think that the birds are behind you. And I think that the vampire also, yeah, the vampire also uses that footstep sound. So one thing that I didn't know would be so creepy, that the vampire is, because it has like spatial audio, right? So the closer that the audio source is, the louder it gets. So when your flashlight is off for the bird, you can sort of hear the vampire getting closer to you. And that's pretty creepy, in my humble opinion. I also made the jump scare sounds. I don't think they turned out good, but yeah. Why did I make this? One thing that's sort of funny is I think like truly most of the work, at least lately, or in the like before the game's release, I just remember a lot of work just being put into this into this start screen, and I'm unraveling all the nodes. There's so many. And unless you're counting all the path segments, there's like none in comparison to the actual game. Also, each of these buttons have their own script because they do different things, and I didn't want to put them all in one script. So there's the buttons have their own folder. Thankfully, I was able to like reuse stuff. Like you have the options, you have the back to title button. It's the same exact one as is used in the tutorial and the credits. So these took like no coding whatsoever. They were super easy to make. One decision that was made sort of because it was close to the release of the game is how jump scares work. So for one, something that I was going to say I think is cool, but actually is bad. So this is how jump scares are triggered. You see, this doesn't make sense. But like this part makes sense, you know, like changing it to bird. But these, they don't have to be repeated. I should have just made a function. But it's too late. It's too late to do it. And then there's also this, which is these are jump scares, which Jordan also created, and I think they look really fucking good. So basically, whenever you get jump scared, it takes you from the game into the jump scare scene, which is identical, except it has nothing, nor it has no enemies in it. It's just the player, and all the player stuff is disabled. The reason why I did that is because I didn't want to go through like all the effort of going into all the enemies' code and making it so that they won't do anything when a jump scare is happening. But the drawback to it is that for the start screen, to make loading faster, the game scene is preloaded, which means it's like loaded in the background. And then in the game scene, the jump scare is preloaded, which means it's loaded in the background. So when you start the game, you kind of have 3 scenes running, which is okay. I think it's not. I don't think it's a frame rate issue at all, or whatever. But it's just not as efficient as it could be. Well, I think that's pretty much all it is. What was my brain's not working because I'm like, it's the end of the YouTube video. You should say something that you should play the game. you should play the game in the description. It's for free. Did I mention that? I didn't. It's free game. Alright.